Captains, this is Kent again, and welcome to the Flight Show. Today I wanted to put two little thoughts together. So as you know, they have now released the Dash-8 by Majestic for Prepar3D version 4.1 as it were. And I'm trying it out, and it handles beautifully. And we could talk about that, but I really would like to discuss something else that, again, for those that are kind of new to the flight sim thing, you want to enjoy your product. And able to enjoy your product, you're going to need to know how to land your airplane. And the Dash-8 is not easy to land. So you want to get some practice on it. So remember, if you looked at one of my previous posts, one of my previous videos, I showed you a program that was known as FS Flight Control, and it gives you the ability to practice landings. I think that this is a really good way to get to, be proficient in landing the Dash-8, because again, it's not an easy aircraft to land. It doesn't flare a ton. So it's like you're flying it down to the runway, and at the last minute you're trying to flare, and its response is not dramatic, so you might end up with your nose going in. So I just want to give an example of what it would be like to land practicing this aircraft. Now, you may not see the cockpit, but that is only, here it is in my settings, but I tend to focus on the runway, and I have the instruments in my cockpit, on another monitor right below the screen. So what I wanted to show you is landing this airplane. I've been practicing for a little while now. Right now, I'm coming in on Midway International. I'm descending at a little over 1,000 feet per minute, and I'm at about 31 knots. And there seems to be a plane departing right now, so that'll be okay. Trying not to give too much throttle. Yeah, my throttles are going nuts on this little run. But anyway. Alright, so as you can see, I'm about to come in. I'm at 148, so I'm going to pull the nose up to try to bleed some speed off. Yeah, okay, we're doing good. We're almost there for the landing. We're approaching the runway, almost at the threshold. Now at 137 knots. Alright, so here's where we're going to cut our throttles and try to get our flare in. Now, as you can see, that was not a ton of flare, and I had my controls pulled all the way back just to produce that. And believe me, to do that was a lot of practice that I did just to be proficient at that. So okay, we're going to come off the reversers. Oh, the dynamic lighting is looking just excellent over there. Apply the brakes, get a chance to even before we come off the runway, what you can do is, after you've now tried that, you bring it back, and you can do it again. Now, if you don't have this type of program, then practicing your approaches, there are ways to do it without having to fly a complete pattern. And you might say, well, you should get some practice in on your pattern work, because that's what a real pilot would do. And you're right, but a real pilot can also simulate to practice landings. And what they can do is just set the scenario up. And so rather than have to use some of your time in flying around on the pattern when you're really just trying to work on your skills in landing, using a program like FS Control gives you an opportunity to run a scenario over and over again so that you can practice it. And how you get good at something, particularly in flying, is you do the same thing over and over and over again. So here we go. I'm a little hot. You're going to see in this plane that's about to get on the runway. Forgive me. we're just simulating here. Pretend I'm not even
Too
there.
low. Terrain.
Okay, I got the nose up. About to come down. That was a good touchdown. Okay. Nose up a little long, but that's okay. Got our reverses going. So, as you can see, I was trying to look down in the cockpit for a second. Oh, almost stopped. Completely unprofessional. Alright, here we go. Let's see here. I'm going to do this. I'll look up, set it so I can look down. Yeah, I got to get the lights on. But here we go. And now we can taxi off the runway. So, again, it's really a nice benefit to have a program that can help you set up your approach so that you can get time in over and over landing your aircraft. Get it into your muscle memory so that it becomes a habit. And again, as I may have mentioned in the previous video, you can also have the benefit of changing your weather situations. So if you really want to do challenging, tell you what, let's try something. I haven't even done this. We're going to do this together for the first time. We're going to do, let's reset the scenario. And I'm going to go to conditions. And I'm going to throw in here a weather theme. I'm going to throw in an overcast. Not major thunderstorms, just something that's a little bit more dramatic. Now, you may not see it right off because it's nighttime, meaning the clouds, but let's see if we see some precipitation. Sorry, I was, there we go. Alright, let's go back to position, go back to the cockpit, and let's see what the precipitation looks like at night. Now, right off the bat, you see the runway is not as well lit. That's because overcast and so forth is obstructing the view to some extent. We're also having a little harder time staying stable because the winds have picked up. Oh yeah, I felt that too. So, if you're flying like with, active sky next, then you don't necessarily know that you're going to be landing somewhere that's going to have great weather because you're flying in real-time weather. You're going to need to know. You're going to need to know how to rock an airplane even if you have crosswinds. So how do you know? You learn by doing. So set up your scenario and do it over and over and over again. I can tell you that this is just no buyer's remorse. It doesn't have to necessarily be this program, but I know of two. The other, I'll have to put the other one in the description. But just having a program that allows you to set up approaches and practice like this is invaluable for you getting better in an aircraft. And by the way, it doesn't necessarily have to be the Dash-8. I know that there are a lot of you out there that just kind of like aircraft that you can get in there and fly. Well, that's fine, but you still need to be able to practice. Here we go, touchdown. And now that we're near the runway, you can see a little bit of the precipitation. That's cool. Looking at it over there. And even though I'm filming, I'm getting some really good frame rates, so I'm excited about that. But, again, it's a program that I highly recommend regardless of whether you're a novice or an expert. It really gives you the ability to load up different scenarios. Pretend that plane didn't do that. It gives you the ability to load up different scenarios and just practice your landings under a variety of conditions so that you can hone your skills. This has been invaluable for me, and so, again, even if you don't get this one, I highly recommend you getting one that just allows you to, over and over, practice your approaches. We're going to do one more before I let you go. Let's see how we do here. Okay, so it's the same weather scenario. and it's windy. As you can see, I'm getting some gusts here. I'm sure my passengers are just like wigging out. That's all right. They're in good hands. They're in good hands. Okay.
Too low. Terrain.
We're a little low, and we're a little hot. So I'm dropping the speed.
Too low. Terrain.
I'm coming in a little low just because since I'm a little hot, I'm like 175 knots. Which shouldn't have happened, but you know, we're just gonna make it work. That way I can have my nose up and bleed some speed off, and I should be just where I want to be by the time we get to the runway. Okay, we're at 149. I really want the 30s, but that's 130, but that's good. Okay, so nice. We're in the 30s. And I can do my little flare here. Very nose up. It's a little rough. Gotta bounce to it. But you know what? We're alive. And so I did a little something different. Didn't do too good a job on that. But you know what? I can do this 20 more times until I get it right. So once again, I highly recommend getting you in a program that allows you to set up your approaches so you can get your practice in, particularly on some of these more complex aircraft that, you know, are a challenge to land, like the Majestic Dash-8. Well, thanks so much for tuning into this particular little hot episode, and I look forward to seeing you in the virtual skies. By the way, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye-bye.